Hello everyone, it's Rhonda, your Cheshire Canary. Wow, that made my glasses really dark. Okay, this is Series 5, Episode 1. And this is going to be a lot of what I went looking for on YouTube when I really started looking on YouTube. I wanted to look at the fact that I no longer have my biological family very close to me anymore. The closest is an aunt and uncle that are currently still in northern Indiana. So we're talking 5-6 hours drive from me. But they are my aunt and uncle. My parents did the usual. They retired to Florida and they're happy as clams. And quite honestly, if they weren't up on technology, I'd never talk to them. Because they're doing church work and missionary work and golfing and swimming and senior Olympics, and it's like they're in college. I'm so happy for them. They really have a lot of downtime and they fill it very, very well. My brother's family, from what I was told, was moved back to Florida. My niece went off to college at Alabama, I think, last I heard. And my nephew is like my daughter. They're not even a month apart in age. That's another story. So my nephew and my daughter are both juniors. So at least my mom and dad have my brother and his family close to them. They're in Jacksonville, I think. Last I heard. So anyhow, my family's not very close. And they haven't been for a while. And I've been through a major divorce that was very expensive and one that was tragic and needed to be done immediately, and I was empowered enough. I did it all myself. And I really don't want to talk about either one of those for my daughter's sake more than anything. And if you know anything about it, please just don't comment. She does read. She is internet savvy, of course. So I had to figure out how to build a family for myself since I had no family here. I did it a number of ways, and this part of the series is going to talk about building a family and giving you ideas that work for me. Maybe you have ideas that might help work for me in building a group of people around me to continue to raise my daughter and support her in every step of her life while we're so away from biological family. Another part is single, and well, in June I'll be 50. I don't feel 50. Yes, I've been through a number of medical concerns and I've slowed down a little bit, but a lot of it's because being unemployed does not allow me the luxury of having medical insurance or medication because I don't have a prescription plan, of course. So I do the best I can with what I know holistically and diet and trying to move. I have good days and bad days, and that's okay. I'm still moving and I'm still active and can't quite keep up with my daughter anymore, but I will be. I'm getting better, and that's good. That's good. It's taken a while to detox from all the meds I had, my body relying upon, and just relying upon myself. Supplements and little hints that I've gotten here and there that I've been able to afford. I have tried many little dating apps. I have tried Tinder. I have tried Bumble. I have tried Plenty of Fish. I have tried Christian Mingle. As you can tell, I take an awesome selfie. In person, I show my age a lot. It's the same person, it's just the difference of a camera angle. This is straight on. When I do my selfies, I'm up here at a 45-degree angle, which very few people see me that way because I'm 6'1". But I've tried all these dating apps to try to find somebody to be a part of my life. And then eventually, over time, maybe introducing them to my daughter. I've looked at a lot of stuff on YouTube, single and stilettos, and then some guy that has a plan or whatever. But all these YouTube channels are talking about once you have somebody on the hook, or kind of hitting on the bait a little bit, so to speak, and you're actually talking with them and communicating and dating them. This is where I'm asking for your help. I've looked all the traditional places. My workplace, I did that once. That was bad. But I've learned, so I won't make the same mistakes again. Church, I am surrounded by wonderful men and women that are all very happily married. And it's good to see such healthy, thriving relationships. I grew up watching my grandparents and my parents, and thank God my parents have been married 50 years. It hasn't all been easy, but they have been married 50 years, and I had hoped for that and tried very hard with my first marriage to get to that point, and I only made it 15 years. It just wasn't going to happen, and that's okay. That's okay. I believe I did in that marriage what I was supposed to do. And, I've moved on. And I got a wonderful daughter out of it. And we're very happy and thriving. So I've been kind of leaving things up to chance. And chance is a little lonely. Because once again, I'm surrounded by people with wonderful, happy relationships and marriages. And I just sit there going, why couldn't I have found a partner that treats me like my sisters are treated? Why, to be cherished and cared for and partnered, and why can't I find this? I decided that it's time just to sit back, relax, and whatever happens, happens. It's dealing with the loneliness. I was married for the first time for 15 years. I dated my second husband for 5, and we were married for just under 2. And our marriage failed the day we got married. But the loneliness, not having that partner to not only talk to, but just spend space with. Intimacy, that's all well and good. I'm still a very vibrant woman. But that's not the top of my priority list. The top of my priority list is that person who values me, who, when they're in the same space as me, everybody else can tell how they feel about me. I may not be paying attention, but everybody else can tell by the way he looks at me or the way we interact. That's what I'm looking for. The rest is, what it is. Neither here nor there. Far down on the list that I've made to date me. Maybe you guys are like me and are in the same situation, just kind of sitting around waiting. Well, while you're doing that, here's my first suggestion on this series of living a life. Single and 50. Single, a mom, and 50. That'll work. Single, a mom, and 50. I've actually made a list of requirements to date me. Number 1, I'm 6'1". I'm tired of being with men that are shorter than me. I mean by 6 inches, 7 inches. So, number 1, height. He at least has to be somewhere between 5'11" and up, since I'm 6 foot. He has to live alone unless he's a caretaker for his parents or a child of some sort. Whether it's a young child or a child with special needs, he's got to live alone. No big bachelor pad thing, which I've run into. Or a bunch of single guys are living together so they can live in the swanky apartments, and that doesn't appeal to me. It's like, well, I got to check and see if my roommate's home. No, we're not in college. We're grown adults. So that's number 2, a place of their own unless there's extenuating circumstances. A vehicle of their own. Been in a job at least 5 years. I used to have it a lot higher, but since I was downsized and I can no longer say, hey, I've been at this one job doing very well for 19 years. I could say that up until 19 years and a week after when I got downsized. So I'm fighting with changing my career as well. I thought it'd be a lot easier to change careers, and it's not turning out that way. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So, height, living situation, transportation situation, job. He also needs to be spiritual. I would prefer a Christian. Well, he will be a Christian. I will not settle anything less than a Christian. No pagans, no anything else. I'm not dealing with that. I did my experimentation with that. We cover that in another series eventually. But none of that. And he has to be 100% honest. I've gotten really good, unfortunately or fortunately, over the past few years, having the ability of reading people. And that's something that you have to learn on the job. Yes, there are books about it. But if you just pay attention to how you hold yourself in a situation, and you know how you react if you're telling a little white lie or if you're avoiding a subject, they're going to do the same thing, because body language is body language. They're going to do exactly the same thing. I believe there's a spiritual connection between people. I have friends that when I get into a room with them, my heart feels whole. It's like we link up. We get in sync. Whether it be a family member or a friend that's become family. There's one man in my life who I respect completely, and met him by accident. And I would say he's probably the most gentle, understanding, and caring husband I've ever seen in my life. There's not much I don't know about him. And when I'm in a real pickle, that's the only person I want to see. And it's been 20 years. And I value that friendship with everything that I am. But that doesn't get me somebody who is my partner in crime. So this part, I've made a list. These are things that I need, criteria that need ticked off. Once I get somebody who's interested in who I am, inside and out, then we got some stuff cooking. Then maybe I can look at some of these YouTube channels out there and, how to keep him or how to make him commit. You're not helping me. I need help finding that person first. I need help putting that right foot forward, because obviously on all of those apps, including Christian Mingle, I hate to tell you folks, including Christian Mingle, they're after one thing. No matter what their account says or the profile says, they're after one thing. And I'm worth more than that. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm worth way more than, just one night. All right. I am such an amazing person. And yes, I'm being conceited, because I can be. Because I love who I am now, finally. And I've let all the ghosts go. Some of them are lingering in the background, whispering to me and trying to influence me in my own mind, even though these people aren't talking to me. So, you and I, ladies and gents, teach their own. This is going to be about being single, building a family with your bio family, either gone and out of your life for one reason or the other, or just life took them away, or making a brand new career start. I'm going through all of this. So let's do this together. Let's help each other out and get this party started, all right? If you like the way these topics are going, please, please, please like and subscribe and share it around. If you have any comments, any suggestions, please, put them below. I read every single one. I've gotten a whopping 2 since I started this channel, and that's fine. Because if I can touch one life, maybe that one life can touch another life, and that can touch another life, and that can touch another life. Do you see where I'm going here? So let's go on this little trip together and start out our lives over again. 50 is not over the hill, people. We're still climbing up because there's a great adventure out there, and I'm willing, ready, and able to go on it with you. You want to come along with me? Awesome. Be blessed, God bless, and keep smiling.